Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 with my continuing playthrough of Imperator Rome as we look at it. Seeing how the game is going, and we are playing as the Ptolemies of Egypt. We're going to eventually try to grow their empire, but mostly splendid, gains free stability, good. Mostly developing our economic structure, and as mentioned, we've got decent treasury, so let's spend it on the marketplace here. We could do these are fairly big cities, and we'll continue to get bigger. That needs to be turned into a city at some point. Yeah, let's just give all these guys marketplaces. Not for now, we don't want to go too... Oh, of course. Prayer. I like interacting with the chat. Ask what questions you will, I'll give you my best answers. Not that they're right or correct or whatever, but just what I can do. And basically we're taking all of the trade offers. If we need some of the resources that are going out and I want to focus them somewhere, well, I'll just cancel the trade if we need to. We're trying to maximize our income. I'd like to get this to 60 or 80 gold or whatever you want to call it per turn. I'm also looking to grow some of the places out here. Oh, that's Ptolemais. That's where Ptolemais is. We got the temple already. Okay. Good. Pirates, go to location. Oh, way down here. Well, no, we're not. We get to get pirated down there. Okay, these are slightly bigger. Oh, okay, Conquerors Legacy. The city of Alexandria is one of the many cities that was founded by Alexander himself during the famous campaign through Persia. It has grown significantly since its founding and has kept Alexander's belief in having people of different faiths and cultures come together to form a new community. Though clashes, conflicts, and miscommunications occasionally occur between the Greeks, Persians, and others, they have learned a lot to get along with each other. The city has started to build up infrastructure and administration. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we can either spread the influence around to a bunch of other areas and get local unrest reduced and more manpower. We need a bigger army. Well, we're recruiting more army, but I don't know that we need to, and we don't have much local unrest, so I think we're going to go with free provincial investment. I'm going to sort of save those up because I sort of know what's coming, and they'll somewhat be wasted if I do it. Basically what that is, it's one of these 3 or 4 things that you can do without making it it's sort of a free investment. So if we want to do some more state religion happiness, I normally have been using them to improve or increase local import routes. You can also increase building city slots if you sort of, you're sort of maxed out in an area and your population hasn't grown, but you want to, like, I don't know, add a fort level or something like that to it. And of course, increase output if you want to. And that's just what that is involving. Let's add, because we are building up where it's sort of okay. Well, balance value, production. Yeah, let's increase some of these out here, as well as some of our center of power. Okay, we can do omen power again. I think we will continue to increase our income because more freeman output means more income coming in. So that is nice, but more population in Alexandria is good at the moment. The ruler rate. What's our current ruler? Popularity. Oh, 70. So he's very popular. Okay, so we don't need to do that. If your popularity is a bit low, that's a good way to help increase it. I do like that mechanic because this up here, I was talking earlier about how the you know, everybody trying to hire the Macedonian phalanx. Well, that's in essence what this is doing. It's attracting 2 Macedonian freemen, and if you build in, which we will once we're a little bit later down, build training camps, that'll increase the manpower pool. So that's sort of getting that going. It could be mercury needs nitric acid. That might be a bit difficult, but black powder. Oh, black powder is very doable. I'm not going to try to recite the formula here, but yeah, it's very doable. The big thing, oh, no longer importing livestock. Okay, we don't want to continue importing livestock, I presume. So let's find another source, and it's always better economically to import from non-local or non-owned. That's only 5 a month, where these are 0.22 a month, or whatever, 0.05 a month versus 0.22 a month. Yeah, we'll import from there. Early black powder and Chinese black powder was pretty damn poor because they didn't know about cornmealing it, which is taking the black powder, mixing it up like you would mix it up, and then wetting it. They didn't wet it, turn it into a mud, and then letting it dry, and then grinding it into sort of a cornmeal consistency. Now you have to grind it very carefully because it can blow up on you. Now it won't, because it's not contained. It won't. It'll just be a big flash. It won't be, an explosion. Sure, I'm sure if it flashes and gets you in your eyes, it can blind you or something. But if you do it relatively safely, you can do that, and then it'll stay stable for, at least in a practical sense, for probably ever. Where if you don't go through the cornmeal process of going through that, it will slowly start to separate again and not function very well. Okay, we have been told of a major industrial accident at extensive works in the vicinity of Alabastopolis in precious metals is the main export of the city. Okay, without significant. Okay, so basically we can get more popularity and local citizen happiness and slave happiness if we pay 255. If we only cover the cost of repairs, which is 133. Yeah, or we can do nothing and lose popularity and get everybody pissed off. I guess we have the money. We're going to spend it. We're going to keep going. We're going for the good stuff. And yeah, okay, nitric needs nitric acid. I don't know nitric acid. Is that something coming out of like lemons and oranges? Look that up if you would, IKB. You're big into this. Oh, Vistas. I don't know what you're saying there, Ari. I know you're probably quoting some sort of Latin thing. More fortunate than Augustus, better than Trajan. Okay. Yeah, if I'm going to time travel, I think I need to take IKB with me. He'll keep all of these formulas in his head. Because I sort of vaguely know how to make steel, don't know quite the charcoal to iron ratio that's good, or exactly how hot we have to get it, but that could be experimented and figured out. Okay, let's see. Rumors that one of the fabled silver shields, the backbone of Alexander the Great's army, has been traveling through Alexandria. They may have not been seen after the betrayal of Emenes by handing them over to Antigonus, as the unit was split up and dismissed by the general. They are well known for their fighting experience, and experience let him join the court. It's banished. No, we'll take him, I guess. Oh, good stats for military lease. Okay, we'll take that. We can afford that. Oh, lemons and oranges. Oh, citric acid. Okay, that's right. As in citrifuge. You're absolutely right, IKB. I'm just grasping at straws here. Don't know how you make nitric acid then. So I would have failed. I would have been trying to, okay, acid. Squeeze all the oranges and see if we can make that. Put that on mercury and see if we could create fulminated mercury. Look, we're doing pretty good for income. Let's now put a few tax offices around. And let's increase a few foundries as well. Okay, this sack of the shrine. Oh, we're gonna let it go. I'm not trying to start a pick fight with any of those people. We're just still not financially ready to want to go to war with the Antigonids. But that looks promising. Macedonia may be a good promising war. So we don't need to go invade Macedonia, just take that out. Maybe that would be enough, I don't know. Get enough war score at some point. Or at least grab the coast or some of the coast up. Okay. Now here's another problem with the game, and I don't know whether it's, and I know I mentioned it at one point, but I don't know if they really paid attention. Only Greeks could compete in the Macedonian Games, and one time Philip II shows up to compete in the games, and the judges aren't quite so sure that he's really a Greek. Our Macedonian's really a Greek. So he sort of goes away. And then the next games come along, and he shows up again with, I forget which god, with a complete, family tree going back that he's from Dionysus or whatever, the one that Alexander claimed, or whatever, claims that he's descended from a Greek god, and that's got to be Greek enough. So yeah, the idea that we could send a Phoenician there just would be no. It would have to be a Greek, although he's religion Hellenic, but culture Roman. Oh, so he wouldn't even be accepted. So neither of these would be acceptable people to show up to the Olympic Games. Now, by the time of the Roman Empire controlling Greece, they very well may be accepting Romans, but he's definitely the better stats, so he'll do better, and we'll send him off there. But yeah, and so things may have changed over time, I'm sure, but at sort of roughly this time, you got to be Greek. And they definitely did, during the Hellenic Age, the post-Alexandrian Age, definitely allowed Greeks from the Hellenic Greeks, like from, Ptolemaic Egypt and the Seleucid Empire and whatnot, compete. Scandal, okay, blah, blah, blah. This is the same thing. What do we do? Yeah, we'll just do this. That reminds me. No, we don't. We want to go to there because we want to come and see these guys. Okay, there now. Let's get him married. 18. Yeah, I want to see other youthful Ptolemies. What they call language. Okay. The dating pool's getting small, so yeah, we'll give a slightly older sister. Well, no, younger actually. Oh, older by 1 year. Okay. Arbitrary and disciplined. We'll select that. Okay, keep it in the family. Keep it in the family. And he's healthy, I guess. Okay, good. Uh-oh. Buoyed by his secure position, Cyrenaica, freed from the dishonor of betraying his benefactor, the late Ptolemaeus Sutor, has proclaimed himself king of Cyrenaica and has made it clear that his realm is no longer a mere vassal of Egypt. Okay. We have gained claims on all of Cyrenaica. Well, let's save this now. Okay, now is the time to start thinking about going to war. So we will want to put a general in charge of that. We won't jump into war super fast. Okay. Yeah. He would have made a good leader. Camels like cavalry. Okay. Loyalty. Okay. Army's more likely to become loyal to him than others. Not just going to be the main army. Let's recruit a secondary army here. What are their, yeah, got a couple of supply mules, yeah. They take a while to, unfortunately, I think a bit long, 120 days, but we'll get a couple of those in production, as it were, and some light infantry. So mostly it's going to be light infantry and archer type army, though. We do have over here, we'll do a couple light cavalry. We have the horse archers, but they're just going to be fairly expensive to maintain. I'm thinking of keeping this army in operation or in function after the campaign. So I'm trying to keep it somewhat economical to maintain. Okay, but I think we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Come back next time to see our first war against Cyrenaica. It should be happening next episode. So thank you very much for watching.